Many thanks for joining us here on News Desk this morning to our very first story, the Tsar, and there's brewing tension at Krofrom in the Ashanti region this morning as residents there protest the killing of a 22-year-old man by the police. Now, eyewitnesses say the man was tased several times and severely beaten by the officers, leading to his death. Now, the residents have this morning been demonstrating over this very incident. My colleagues Erastus Asare Donko as well as Mohammed Nuruddin Mahmoud both correspondents are currently on the ground there at Krofrom, and joining me now on phone is Mahmoud Mohammed Nuruddin with details of what has been transpiring this morning. Nuruddin, good morning, many thanks for joining us. So can you tell us a bit about the death of this 22-year-old that has sparked this protest in Krofrom?
Well, coming up, what we've gathered from the scene that Tewia was actually arrested by the police. In their usual operation in the area. And so when the police appeared on them, he declined to run away because he thought that he didn't do anything wrong. So he declined to run away, and he was arrested and subsequently subjected to some beatings, which led to his death. We understand that there was an insider with the police who actually necessitated the arrest of the young guy, and the police actually beat him. They used their, according to the resident, they used their weapons on him, and that actually affected him, and he died.
Okay. No, the first thing is, I just want to find out, why was he arrested?
Well, the police went in their usual, operation, in the area. That particular area is made up of some young guys who are into weed smoking. So they went there in their usual operation. And so that was how he was arrested and was subjected to some beating.
So it's alleged that he's a weed smoker, and the police arrested him and did what? Beat him because he was smoking weed? Well,
it is unclear what crime he has committed, and we cannot say, we haven't been able to establish that, because I went to the police station. Earlier, I was told it was Asawasi police station. I went there, and they directed me to another police station just at Krofrom. So when I went there, I was also asked to go to the district command. And when the commander actually declined to speak now, because he is saying they are still gathering some information and they haven't spoken to the men who were at the scene, the police officers who actually committed that act. And so he wouldn't be able to speak to us now. But he told us that the family members of the guy has also lodged a complaint to the police, and so they would gather more information and also interrogate those police personnel who were there. And so for now, we cannot, be able to tell whether he was seen smoking or not.
Okay. Maybe one final thing before we go. So what are the residents demanding now? Why protest?
They want this to be done. That is exactly what they want. They want the police officers who were involved in this act be dealt with if they are found guilty. And so because they know that death cannot come back again, and so that is the only thing they want now. I've been trying to speak to the mom, but she was so traumatized, and she was not able to speak to us.
Okay. Right. Mahmoud Mohammed Nuruddin, many thanks for that update. We'll be coming a bit later on for a lot more as far as this very issue is concerned. Indeed, we would even want to know who this person was, who this 22-year-old was, whether or not he's been identified and all. We'll be coming to you a bit later on for all those details. But that was my colleague from the Ashanti region, Mahmoud Mohammed Nuruddin, who is there with some other colleagues of ours monitoring that brewing tension at Krofrom following the murder, well, that's what residents they choose to call it, the murder of a 22-year-old man by the police. Now, the residents are alleging that the police came in, they made a swoop, And they arrested this man together with a few others for allegedly smoking weed, and he was then subjected to beating and quite a number of other things. We'll be keeping our eyes on this and bring you a lot more. But let's still stay in the Ashanti region and deal with issues of security, because we do know that the Ashanti Regional Security Council is considering withdrawing security men from Agogo. Now, this is because it wants to devise long-term plans of securing permanent lands for cattle rearing to the long-standing Fulani issue. Now, lives have been lost, farms have been destroyed, and the town has recorded series of citizen unrest due to the invasion of farms by nomadic herdsmen. The police military force has since been maintaining order there. But the Regional Minister John Alexander Akon spoke at a media encounter in Kumasi yesterday. He's joining me now on phone with a lot more on what is currently happening as far as the issue of Fulani herdsmen in the Ashanti region is concerned. Mr. Akon, good morning. Many thanks for your time here on News Desk, sir.
Yeah, good morning. I hope you're good.
Very well, thank you, sir. Maybe even before we move to the substantive issue, I just want to pick your words, pick your thoughts on this issue at Krofrom, also in the Ashanti region. Apparently, the police have been busy with a lot of things, and not all of them have been quite okay for the residents of the town. Well, I'm sure this issue has come to your attention anyway.
No, I don't know whether I heard you right. You're talking about the security of Kumasi.
Yes, we'll be coming to the substantive issue of the Fulani herdsmen, but I was just asking of the issue where a 22-year-old has been killed, apparently by the police, in Krofrom, and is sparking a bit of agitation over there. I'm sure you have heard of this story as well. Yes,
exactly. This morning we've heard of that particular situation. We think that immediately the detail is not out, but we need to restore security and order. The regional police commander and the mayor of Kumasi will be moving to the site to talk to the people and meet the family as we go ahead to the resolution of the issues. So that's what's happening this morning. Now, the residents are accusing the police of beating this gentleman without any provocation of any sort, just beating him and eventually killing him. I mean, for instance, are you looking at getting these officers arrested and punished accordingly? Please, let's not go there yet. The residents are talking about it. We have not cause to dispute it. There's a dead situation. We cannot draw conclusive action. The important thing now is to cool tempers, while regular and better investigation goes on to establish the real fact, and then actions will follow. So please, if you do, let's not draw conclusions for now. Okay. So, Honorable, let's now speak of this issue of Fulani herdsmen in the Ashanti region and all the tension that came with it a few weeks ago. We do know that quite a number of things happened. RECSEC put in a number of measures, including a few that got to show up the number of security personnel there. And now we are hearing that RECSEC is considering withdrawing these security officers. Well, let me put it in perspective. Okay. I did not really talk only about Fulani. We met the press for a soiree and we spoke. And when I spoke, I made mention of issues in the region from Tapo, which confronted us on my assumption of duty. And Agogo obviously will come into focus. And when it came to Agogo, I spoke about the fact that we are seeing an improvement. And we're thinking that because we have stationed as we had the initial approach and we have a long-term approach too. And the residents are also the same people saying that it's a drain on the resources of the assembly. And looking at this development, we'll see whether we should maintain the same number of security men, reduce or withdraw for now. But we have a long-term vision in place, which will involve all the players coming together with sector ministries to fashion out a permanent resolution of a land, of a water body, of a source of water drinking, and of a caging system to support the issue. That is what I actually spoke about. Okay, so the situation is that as of now, there has been no such decision to cut down the numbers or withdraw. Not at all. You know that whenever there's a security threat and we get forces and security today, the assembly will take care of their feeding and logistics well. And that's also a drain. So you don't think that is the sustainability one. You cannot get it on a permanent basis. So you assess and take action as you take more longer-lasting solution to the problem. And that is so. It is coming to the view, and some in Ago themselves feel that we need to withdraw because now the situation is better. But it's at the discussion stage. Any other measures RECSEC is looking at as maintaining this peace? We're looking at, it's a perennial and seasonal problem. But what we are looking at, how do we come into a permanent solution? the richness of the area and availability of the river is also a source of support and help for them when they come in terms of nutrition. So we're thinking that if there's a land, we want to put some ministries together, chieftaincy, lands and natural resources, interior, finance, a few others, chieftaincy, and then the RCC to fashion out how to plan, and even with a development partner, how to plan to get a permanent place which is devoid of this activity and with resources available, and in a caging system that will help. We want a more lasting solution, but this is at the very primary stage, because the players will come together, and then when it's accepted, we'll do a movement towards that direction.
Right. Many thanks for your time on News Desk this morning, sir. And that was the Ashanti Regional Minister, John Alexander Akon, helping us understand really what the situation is. What he's saying now is that it isn't the case that RECSEC is considering pulling out these security officers from the town, seeing that calm has now returned to a lot of portions where there was a bit of an issue over Fulani invasion some time back. But he's saying that it is a prospect. They are looking at that, but they will be looking for a long-term solution to the problem. And that may include subsequently the withdrawal of these service personnel. Just that decision has not been arrived at as of now. You're watching News Desk here on your Joy News channel on Multi TV. We are taking a break. We'll be back shortly with a lot more stories. Don't go away.